I'm Lindsay Draper. We are going to cover it all for you today. Well, this week for the Dallas Cowboys, it is going to be a good one. The season is on the line. In this week's show, we're going to take you behind this ugly loss. Kayvon Frazier is coming to town. Where have you just been mentally?
Go down to the sideline and Lindsay Draper.
Coach, some uncharacteristic play from your offensive line in the first half. What were your thoughts on that?
Randall Cobb, welcome to Dallas. You've got your view of the practice field. You just signed, walking around the facility. This is not an issue of coaching. These 3 losses simply come down to execution.
It's just a different head scratcher every week.
Welcome into Cover 4. We got a great show for you. Marcus Lawrence, you took this one away so easily for us. Career high 3 sacks last week. We got to talk about this Cowboys offense. Where does he fit in on the depth chart? Here we go. Lindsay Draper and Brian Broaddus. It is going to be a good one. The season is on the line for the 7-5 Dallas Cowboys today. Brian, you love to say they're all must-wins, so I know this is right in your wheelhouse. There were some interesting comments from the locker room in Philadelphia and from here in Dallas. All of that and much more from the star here on this week's episode of Cowboys Rewind. We're continuing under review here today, and this one is going to be interesting because I want to ask these guys, what was the biggest surprise of the year? Big topic of conversation is who the Cowboys going to re-sign, when are they going to do it, and tell me the dollar amount involved. When I throw out the name Ezekiel Elliott, what are you guys thinking? Continuing the draft special from the Star in Frisco here. Now, Thursday night was not exciting for Cowboys fans since there wasn't technically a first-round pick, but you might have got excited when you watched what the rest of the NFC East did. Daryl, Bill, I want to pass it over to you.
Go down to the sideline and Lindsay Draper.
Thank you, Bill. Yes, I can hear you guys' smiles from down here. Quick pregame update for you. Don't tell Jason Garrett that this 4th game doesn't matter. He spent over a decade in this league as a backup, as did new offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. He tells me it's so important tonight to learn the lingo and just get reps that they don't get to have during training camp. As for the starting quarterback, it's going to be Mike White and Taryn Christian will finish up. No Dak Prescott or Cooper Rush tonight. And as of now, there is no new movement, I'm told by Jerry Jones, on the Ezekiel Elliott situation. Tony Pollard will not play tonight because he is being treated as the #1 back for the game here next week at AT&T Stadium, guys. For you this offseason, Coach Kitten has been saying your attention to detail and asking why for all these little questions. What has it been like for you this offseason? What have you wanted to improve on?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want there to be anything in this game of football that I don't know.
We talked about the trip to San Diego before training camp. I've talked to a lot of guys, and they said it really meant a lot to them. But why did you do that and go to all those extra lengths that you did? No secret here, starters are going to get about 15 to 20 plays, but I'm told if they come out strong like they did in Hawaii, they're going to be out after one series. So Dak Prescott, you'll get to see him. Sean Lee as well, getting his first action tonight since last year when he was playing. You're looking at Cooper Rush as the backup quarterback for this team, so look for him in the second half. Jerry Jones tells me pregame that this is the most talent he's ever had in this young of a team since his time with the Cowboys. It all becomes a number game tonight, guys, and it's up to these young guys to make a case for themselves right now. Good afternoon, everybody from Frisco, Texas. This is Cowboys pregame live. Barry Church, Lindsay Draper, and a couple thousand Cowboys fans. Can I hear you guys back here? This is going to be a blast. Cowboys, Redskins, week 2, Brian, and I know you got the key to the game in your hands. Do we?
Oh, you know
here?
me.
We can do the big reveal here.
How about the key of the game right there?
Ezekiel Elliott on the road. Anybody out there happy that Ezekiel Elliott is back? I know who you're about to say, Keith.
Rico Gathers.
Absolutely. Rico's a great story, but that's not all he wants to be. You know, the Cowboys took a chance on him last year in the draft. In the late rounds, he's had a year in the dark transitioning to football, but now he tells me this past week, I'm done with people thinking that I'm just about the hype. I go back to 2007, yes, more than a decade ago. What a year that was for the Cowboys. Anybody remember this play against the St. Louis Rams when Tony makes something out of nothing, and that is what pretty much his career was about. Just making things happen, making the magic happen. Talking earlier this week with Byron Jones, he did not disagree with me when I told him he should probably be in the Pro Bowl. QBs have a less than 50% success rate against this guy right here, lowest in the league. Also, no touchdowns allowed, but what is he missing? The interceptions, the takeaway. So I think to give him a push to the Pro Bowl, Byron Jones. I'm going with Tony Pollard, guys. The Cowboys are undefeated when he gets 12 or more snaps out there, and Tony Pollard was not the first, the second 100-yard rusher on the ground. And what I love about him is that he would break a play off and they'd show Wade Phillips looking a little bit confused. You say you're building confidence in the face of
what I would say is a very loud fan base that has been clamoring for other guys at your position. How do you handle that, and what does that look like for you, and how have you been able to really build confidence in the face of that? Ezekiel Elliott's return to the Cowboys on Wednesday meant one thing. They needed to get him back here on this practice field to get the game plan before kickoff on Sunday.
I'm Lindsay Draper. We thank you so much for tuning in.